Oasis Audio presents A Subversive Gospel, Flannery O'Connor and the Reimagining of Beauty, Goodness, and Truth by Michael Bruner, read for you by yours truly, Michael Bruner. Dedicated to my wife, Jenna, and my two children, Arabelle Rose and William Smiley. Tarwater clenched his fist. He stood like one condemned, waiting at the spot of execution. Then the revelation came, silent, implacable, direct as a bullet. He did not look into the eyes of any fiery beast or see a burning bush. He only knew, with a certainty sunk in despair, that he was expected to baptize the child he saw and begin the life his great-uncle had prepared for him. He knew that he was called to be a prophet, and that the ways of this prophecy would not be remarkable. His black pupils, glassy and still, reflected depth on depth his own stricken image of himself, trudging into the distance in the bleeding, stinking, mad shadow of Jesus, until at last he received his reward, a broken fish, a multiplied loaf. The Lord out of dust had created him, had made him blood and nerve and mind, had made him to bleed and weep and think, and set him in a world of loss and fire, all to baptize one idiot child that he need not have created in the first place, and to cry out a gospel just as foolish. Flannery O'Connor, The Violent Bared Away. Who hath believed our report? And to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? And he shall grow up as a tender plant before him, and as a root out of a thirsty ground. There is no beauty in him, nor comeliness, and we have seen him, and there was no sightliness that we should be desirous of him. Despised and the most abject of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with infirmity. And his look was as it were hidden and despised, whereupon we esteemed him not. Isaiah 53, 1-3. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent bear it away. Matthew 11:12. But the sensual man perceiveth not these things that are of the Spirit of God, for it is foolishness to him, and he cannot understand, because it is spiritually examined. 1 Corinthians 2:14. Acknowledgements. We are instructed by our limitations, and so it was only with the generous help of those around me, who could see further and delve deeper into the many aspects of this present concern, that this project found its voice. This book came out of my dissertation, and I am particularly indebted to my first and second mentors, Robert Johnston and William Durness, who served as my able guides through the cross-disciplinary labyrinth that this study represents. Bill, my suite mate 7 cubicles down on the second floor of the Huntington Library, introduced me anew to Dante's Commedia and, more specifically, to the problem of beauty. He also introduced me to Robert Johnston, whose expertise in theology and literature and steady editorial hand made the pursuit of this project not only possible, but joyfully so. This book would have been considerably weaker without Rob and Bill's indispensable help over these many years, and they have my sincerest thanks. I also want to thank Ralph Wood, my third reader, for his unsparing, nay, withering, critique at this project's dissertation stage, which I can only hope helped to improve what you now are hearing. His comments, bracing as they were, are the kindest form of flattery. And then there are those who allowed me the resources, personal, spiritual, and financial, to pursue this course of study. Film writer, director, and friend Scott Derrickson thrust O'Connor into my lap in 2009 when he, along with another friend, film producer Ralph Winter, invited me to write a screenplay adaptation of O'Connor's The Violent Bear It Away. The Fraser Fund Scholarship, under the auspices of the First Presbyterian Church of Hollywood and the fund's able custodian Arlene Kreitz,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?